morning up there.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear me? Sorry, guys.
Now you can see the audio.
Yeah.
Let's start this over.
Okay, good. So if anybody can read lips, sorry for the repeat, but welcome again to the show. Definitely not an expert. Great. Thank you, honey. So just a quick recap then. Again, apologize. We were just talking about the Olympics and the stats and things of that nature. So in the Olympics, we had 350,000 hours of TV broadcast.
So real quick, before you start talking about the Olympics, can I just talk about this one specific breakdancer who probably got more TV time than the whole Olympics did because of her incredible display of cojones, I guess you could say. Man, it was definitely a routine. She got zero score, but man, she put it all out there, and you could tell serious. Did practiced. I think she nailed every move that she was trying to make, but I'm not real sure what she was trying to accomplish in that. Because I watched it a bunch of times, and my wife, and we showed everybody else, and it was just an incredible, like, zero score. Like, really? Come on, guys, give her something for the effort, man. You get an A for the effort from us. By the way, my name is Casey. I am a part of the team a little bit here with this. I do work at Mel Hambleton Ford, and a lot of times I do take camera footage of what's going on here for the crazy stuff that these guys do. So that's a little introduction to myself and more stats for the Olympics.
There were 35 different venues, 10,500 athletes, 20,000 journalists, 45,000 volunteers.
Hold on. 45,000
volunteers. So wow. That's like what, the city of Mulvane?
I'm not saying that the Olympics is not important, because it is hugely important. It's something that the whole world comes together and competes again. So, that's the only time that happens. But 45,000 volunteers.
45,000.
Imagine if we could get half of those people to volunteer for something that was important, like, helping hands, feeding the hungry, cleaning up, everything like that. Wow.
Yeah.
We could live in a better place. Just people that don't have to pay anything, just to volunteer to do something good.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it kind of makes you think, man, just do one good thing a day.
Right. So true. Yeah, that's crazy. 45,000. Listen to this. This one will blow you away. 600,000 meals served daily.
Jesus.
Daily? Daily. 600,000 meals. And I imagine that's got to be, spectators, journalists, and everybody there. But
sure,
that's a lot of meals. I imagine the grocery stores down there had to be bare bones by the end of that.
Dude, is that like pre-ordering like all year long?
That is a whole lot of grub.
Like, yeah. Yeah.
So the USA, we walked away with 40 gold medals. Kudos to all of our USA Olympics.
Good job.
USA also got a total of 126 medals. China got 91. Japan got 45. Now this is kind of sad, but hey, kudos to the effort for that they did. There were 8 countries that only walked away with 1 medal total.
Yeah. Speaking of Australia, I think they did have a runner that did get a silver. So at least they didn't go empty-handed.
Right. Good deal. Now, I don't think anybody heard because our mics were muted, but you were talking to Jose.
Yeah. So I was talking to Jose and say, man, why doesn't Mexico ever have a good showing in the Olympics? Because they've been coming since the 20s.
Right.
And I think there's only 78 medals total. And he said, you know why? He started laughing. I said, Jose, I don't know why. He said, man, everybody that can run, jump, or swim is already over here. And so I said, okay, I get it.
So
I get it.
They helped us.
Yeah, for sure. They're helping the Americans.
Yes.
Okay.
So couple cool things. the 2025 Ford Explorer. I don't know if you guys have seen it online, but we have got them here out of Mel Hamilton Ford.
Beautiful cars.
Man. So the 25 is actually, from what I've read, is actually the 6th generation. Do you know when the first Explorer was produced?
Man, I would say in the late 80s.
91
Okay.
was the first
I remember the body style.
Ford Explorer. And actually, another cool little fact on the Ford Explorer, it is the longest running SUV, period.
I believe that.
Yeah, and it's been great. So, a couple cool little things about the new Explorer. Obviously, it's been completely redesigned. 7 colors in 25: black, stone blue, carbonized gray, forged green, iconic silver, rapid red, one of my favorite colors, and the star white. Again, just kind of touching base on some cool things that I saw. In 25, you've got a couple different options on the motor. You've got the 2.3 liter. It's that EcoBoost 4-cylinder, believe it or not. But don't think just because it's a 4-cylinder, it doesn't have any power. That thing produces 300 horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got in mind.
They're learning how to do more for less.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Super cool.
Then, more power, better fuel economy.
No joke. Speaking of that, in the 25, they actually increased the fuel economy. So they're saying the 23s, if you're running premium fuel, can get up to 29 miles per gallon too, which is a 5% increase from last year.
Okay.
And, obviously you get the 3 liter, which is, Ford's high performance model, and the ST produces 400 horsepower. That is a soccer mom vehicle on steroids. There.
Yep.
One of my favorites. Again, just touching on some different changes. The rear fascia, STs comes out with the quad tip exhaust. Also on the inside, you've got the ginormous 13.2 inch digital experience screen. Now, have you played with that screen at all?
I have not, but I've done some research on the whole digital experience thing, and it's a lot. It's a lot that they're changing it. It's not just a touch screen anymore. No.
It's insane. Like I've got to go back and refresh, because everything that I learned on the prior year, man, you can pretty much just throw that out the window. There's so much stuff. Another thing they added to it, obviously on the premium levels, you do have that the dash completely changed, but you got a sound bar on the front with the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Blue Cruise is now available on the 25 Explorer. I don't know if anybody have ever played with that, seen it, heard about it. That is amazing. You basically have that hands-free experience.
Very cool. Yep.
Yeah. If you've never driven one, you need to come out and try that, because that will flat blow you away. Added USBs in every row for every seat. So
now that's convenient.
Got some kids that play on their tablets and phones, that is definitely going to make your life a lot easier. I know in my Explorer, everybody fights for the power plug, or hey, plug this in up front.
Yep.
So
we used to have to get the DVD system, but it only came with 2 DVDs when you got more than 2 kids. So we don't do that anymore. So everybody's got their own iPad when we go on trips, and so they all use that. So that plug for everybody would be super convenient, because you don't have to fight about sharing the plug and who's going to die first.
Right. But yeah, super, super cool. If you haven't, like I said, come out and can see one, drive one. I think you're really going to like it. They made a lot of really cool changes to the already sweet Explorer.
Well, I think that means we're definitely going to have to blow out these 23 models.
Yes.
They're going to have to go.
Man, their rebates are insane.
So you need a deal right now, and you're wanting an Explorer or something like it.
Yep. Speaking of deals, the e-vehicles, the Mach-E and the Lightning.
Oh my gosh,
dude! The rebates on the lease, like, what'd you say, $9,000?
Over $9,000 on the lease. So not only do you lose your gas bill, you have no gas payments. You can get a crazy cheap lease right now on these things. So what they're basically doing is that these tax credits that you had to get, you can get now on a lease instantly. So you don't have to qualify for the tax credits and things like that. It is immediately, it's instant, it's guaranteed, it's on the lease.
No kidding. Yep. Holy cow.
And then that gives you a great opportunity for a couple of years to see if the EV life is really for you.
Yeah.
because some people say, I don't want a gas bill, but they may drive too much and it may not be for them. But if you can do it for 2 or 3 years, you really have that time to know, if that's something that you want to continue doing.
Yeah.
I haven't had anybody who did it and said they don't like it,
Right.
so.
For sure. I know Holly and I were looking at getting a Mach-E. Definitely, it's not out of the question right now. I know Robert was looking at a Lightning. Definitely some insane deals and rebates going on those too. But yeah. If you guys want to save some money, definitely look at a lease on a Mach-E or a Lightning because you can save a pocket full of cash. So
every few years they have stupid deals on leases and things, and as soon as they're gone, we're like, man, I wish they had those back. Remember back in the day when they had those? And so just like these, those will be gone too. And
yep.
So don't miss out if that's something that you're wanting.
I think the one thing since I've been here that I really wish I would have pulled the trigger on was that Expedition lease.
Oh my gosh.
What year was that?
21, 22, something like that. Yeah. A few years ago, not very long.
Yeah, you were the one that found out about that and took advantage of it.
Dude, every time they come out with a new lease, I'm always playing with it to see,
Oh man, I wish I would have got that because that was crazy. But so I want to just tell everybody just a little bit about Case and kind of let you explain kind of, you've been out here, you've been in a, management role kind of behind the scenes helping, all of our teammates put these deals together. But, you've got a passion for cars too.
I do. I love vehicles, anything with the motor.
Right. So you've got a YouTube channel.
I do.
That, man, you've got some pretty awesome builds on there.
It's fun.
Tell us about your favorite project you've ever done.
Sure. So we have a YouTube page, and it's called KR3 Garage, and basically it started as a motorcycle page where I was going to do vlogging as I did road, and so that's where the KR, it stood for Kansas Rider 316.
Yeah, I was wondering what that
was.
And
so it got short to KR3. So we started out doing motorcycle builds where we would, put the air suspension, the big wheels, the, things like that on them, the audio, the big stereos. And you can really see how fast things change as far as what's popular. They had the big wheels that were real popular, and then those kind of went away, and then now they're back. But, so by the time you get done with the build, something's already changed. My problem is I didn't start this to do a build, sell it, build something else, sell it. I built it how I liked it, and then when I got done with it, I was ready to build something else. I didn't want to stop. So we did 3 or 4 motorcycles, and then we started moving to cars, which is Mustangs. And then my buddy Rick bought a Mustang, and we put a supercharger on it, and man, that was fun. And that brought me back to when I was young in this business. I love racing cars, drag racing. And so then I bought a GT350, and then that got built. I did most of that, 99% of that here at the store because of what the time it would have taken. It was better. But then bought another Mustang that we did a giant turbo on, and we went full build on that. And you can see those at the KR3 Garage page. We also got some new teammates, and he's got a sick Corvette, and then we've got another guy who's awesome into sport bikes, and so he's got some great reels and things like that. But we're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We've got almost 51,000 right now, and it's about 2 years going on the page, so pretty strong. But if you are going to start a YouTube page, man, make sure you stick to your original content that you want to do, because we had the momentum build up with motorcycles, and then when we switched to cars, we lost a lot of audience and a lot of views. So getting back that audience has been a real pain, but it's slowly coming back, especially with added teammates and stuff like that. And then with 3 small children at home and then work, it's hard to do all that stuff, especially on your own.
Yeah.
So, if you want to follow the page, that would be great. It's just KR3 Garage on YouTube, and we'll hopefully get some new builds going at some point.
So that big turbo car, that Mustang that you said you built, what kind of power did that thing?
So the power is limited to the motor
Okay.
because it had a stock block in it, but they can push over 1,000 horsepower.
Mm.
Yep.
What'd that cost you?
Oh God.
Well, wait a minute. If your wife is watching, we don't want to like get you in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was about a couple bucks. People gave you a lot of stuff, so let's leave it like that.
Yeah. We had a lot of sponsors on the build.
Well, that's cool, guys. If you haven't already, hop on to KR3 Garage, look at Casey, watch his videos. He's got a lot of really, really cool stuff on there. Like and subscribe to his page, and obviously, I'd appreciate it if you do to ours if you haven't already. And yeah, I mean, any other cool things going on here at the dealership you think benefit anybody?
Well, I mean, you had Justin on here a few weeks ago, and he's got a big fight coming up at the Cotillion.
Definitely. Yeah, that's going to be great. We're going to have him back on here in a week or two to kind of touch base with everybody again on that big fight coming up. But I'll go into a good cause, and he's got a bunch of boxers that are ready to go for it. So if you haven't already, guys, hop on and get your tickets from the Cotillion, or message me and I'll put you in contact with the right people to get some tickets. I know there wasn't a whole lot left. It's definitely going to be a sold out event.
It's going to be huge. I love what you guys are doing with the podcast. I love that you're having the business that comes on, usually weekly. And then I love the school thing that you got going on with the blow the motor and smash the car and all that stuff. That's really cool. And that helps get your name out there too. So
it's going to be a fun event. You need to come out. Of course, it's not too far from where you live, so should be no excuses.
Which is in Hayesville?
Yeah.
I'll be
the Hayesville Fall Fest.
Oh,
yeah, it's going to be a blast. We're going to have it in the parade. So we're actually going to put the car up on a trailer, and we're going to cruise down. We're going to have the ice cream truck in front of us handing out ice cream as we're going down the parade. And I've got a couple PA speakers, so Robert and I are going to be obnoxiously loud and get everybody's attention.
Playing some like Beastie Boys or something like that.
You never know. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and 100% of that money is going back to the community. Robert and I aren't keeping a penny. So as soon as we get everything calculated, Robert and I and Shelly and Holly, we're going to go to some stores here. Love to be able to do some local stores in Hayesville if anybody sells school supplies. But we're going to buy all the school supplies up we can with all the money and give it back to the community that maybe are going through a tough time and couldn't get everything that they needed for their kids, because we all know that kids are extremely expensive. And going back to school, man, I mean, is not cheap. And if you have any more than one kid, golly almighty. I had to buy some shoes for boy the other day. Have you bought a young kid pair of shoes here lately?
No, luckily that my wife doesn't have to involve me with that stuff.
It's probably a good thing because,
But I bet it is, because she always has stuff sold on Marketplace secondhand. And so it must be pretty good.
Holy cow. You almost got to refinance your house. I mean, good God, everything they want is $100+. You can't just go to Walmart and buy a pair of tennis shoes anymore. It's an outing.
Yeah, and how fast they grow out of stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
got to have 3 new pairs a year, and then you got to have the football cleats and the basketball shoes, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, Casey, thanks so much for jumping on here today.
It was what a blast. Robert's going to be back next week, so
yep,
probably won't be back on again. So.
Oh, we'll have
sad
it here. Yeah, I know. Depressing, isn't it? Well, guys, again, thanks so much for watching the show today. Like always, like, comment, subscribe, watch our stuff. Check out Casey's page here, and we will see everybody next week.